Story 1. Once I was stressed about something, and my mom told me, if you can control it, then don't worry. If you can't control it, then don't worry. Something that has stuck with me and helps me handle things, big or small. Story 2. 2 points to consider. Do not waste time in the kitchen. If you are waiting for something to finish, do a dish, set a plate, or prepare for the next phase. It saves a lot of time. On a different note, when faced with a difficult choice and you flip a coin, if you are disappointed by the outcome, you know in your heart what decision you truly wanted. Story 3. When looking at recipes online, click the print option. This removes the unnecessary backstory and random musings. You can also save the recipe as a PDF to your computer or just the link to the printable version. Story 4. Try not to overwhelm yourself with the goal. Instead, take small steps toward it without focusing on the end. Story 5. Get into a routine of stretching your hip flexors and chest if you sit for long periods. This is a significant change for people who suffer from chronic lower back pain due to being hunched over a desk. Story 6. I saw this in a thread before, and it's a great trick for keeping a place tidy. Essentially, anytime you need to move from one place to another, check to see if there's anything you can take with you to tidy up. It's not about cleaning everything, just making small improvements. For example, while sitting on your sofa and finishing a coffee, when you get up to go to the bathroom, take the empty cup with you and leave it by the sink. It's amazing how quickly this becomes a habit and how much it helps in keeping a place tidy. Story 7. Not a secret, but still a useful life hack that should be more well known. When someone is venting to you, before responding, determine if they want to be consoled or if they are seeking a solution to their problem. Story 8. Get outside and take a walk every day. The fresh air and exercise will help you sleep better. Even a 10-minute walk will help. Story 9. If you appear confident in your actions, people are less likely to intervene when you are engaged in questionable activities. Story 10. If you are at a convention, swap meet, or any event where vendors travel to a location, wait until the last day if you want a deal. Most people are not eager to carry merchandise back home and are willing to offer discounts. Story 11. Learn critical thinking. Understand the nature of logical fallacies and how information differs from misinformation. Story 12. If you have hiccups, take a straw, cover your eardrums with your fingers, and suck water through the straw. Changed my life. I don't know why, but covering your ears is much more effective. Story 13. Quick anxiety fix. Happiness is like money. Just as it is not the job of others to make you rich, it is also not their job to make you happy. That is your responsibility. Likewise, it is not your job to make others happy either. That is their responsibility. However, just as you will make more money in the long run by providing value rather than taking it, you will also gain more happiness by helping others become happier. But remember, you do not have to do this. Just as you can take advantage of others for your own benefit in the short term, you can also shame or contempt others to feel better. The downside is that they may do the same to you, making it unsustainable. Story 14. If you receive scheduled yearly raises, increase your 401k contributions by 1% at that time. You will be investing more money while still enjoying the feeling of getting a raise. Story 15. Wake up early and give your partner the full range of flowers, candy, and gifts for special occasions like Valentine's Day and anniversaries first thing in the morning. The longer you leave them to their thoughts throughout the day, the greater their expectations will be, especially on days when friends and coworkers are receiving gifts. Story 16. Do you have a stuffy nose that remains blocked no matter how hard you try to clear it? Inflammation can cause that sensation, but you can trick your body into relieving the pressure. Exhale all the air from your lungs, then pinch your nose and close your mouth. Lean your head back, then slowly bring it back up while holding your breath for as long as possible. When you inhale again, the inflamed sinus will temporarily clear, allowing you to breathe more comfortably. While it is only a short-term solution, it can provide significant relief. Story 17. If you are buttering bread and the butter is a little too hard, use the back of a spoon to spread it. This method is far less likely to rip the bread and is my preferred way of spreading, whether the butter is hard or not. Story 18. Squeeze your abs if you feel lightheaded when standing up. It helps keep your blood pressure stable. Story 19. When I feel lazy, I tell myself to just do it for 1 minute. Then it keeps piling up, and I think, okay, fine, I will wash all the dishes. Story 20. If you are leaving the house early in the morning and you absolutely need to take something with you, place it in front of the door the night before. This way, when you open the door, it will bump into the item, making it impossible to forget. Story 21. Apologizing, conceding I could be wrong, and admitting I am wrong when I am. Honestly, this has been an amazing strategy for me. Story 22. When I am extremely tired but still need to focus, I use the 20-minute power nap technique. I set an alarm for 20 minutes, close my eyes, and simply zone out. It does not matter if I fall asleep or not. It completely recharges me. Then I feel much more alert and ready to take on anything. It is very simple, but it works like magic. Story 23. Cut all expectations when communicating with others to avoid unnecessary disappointment. Reduce the importance of any event, major or minor, to prevent being overstressed and triggered by anything, leading to better health. Story 24. Set all of your bills up on autopay. You will never have a late payment, and late payments can damage your credit rating. The catch is that you need to have money in your account to cover the payments, but you shouldn't have the bills if you cannot afford to pay them. Story 25. If you wouldn't get up early to do something, don't stay up late to do it. Mindlessly scrolling on my phone, for instance. Go to bed. Story 26. When trying to divide something into equal parts, move the measuring tape until it reads a number that is easy to divide. For example, if you have a 41-inch board that you want to divide into 7 sections, move the tape diagonally until it reads 42 inches. Mark at multiples of 6, and they will be evenly spaced. Story 27. I thought this was common knowledge, but a friend recently asked what I was doing. Spreading your food out in the microwave in a ring shape on your bowl or plate so it heats more evenly. It still heats unevenly, but the biggest consistent temperature gradient is between the edges and the center. By placing more food at the edges, you can more effectively reduce the temperature difference. Story 28. Meet people where they are and as far as they are willing to meet you, matching their energy. Everyone believes you should be the bigger person, but the issue with being the bigger person is that you end up making allowances. If you start with respect and then match energy, you either build a great friendship or things fall apart. In either case, it is not your loss to begin with. Story 29. Not sure if it's a secret, but if you were drinking a soda can with a straw, flip the tab over and put your straw through it. This prevents the straw from floating. Story 30. To prevent a rolling office chair from sliding away from your desk, use your foot to rotate the wheels in a small circle. This will turn the wheels in different directions, making it more resistant to movement and helping to lock it in place. Story 31. Gym and kitchen are necessary but not sufficient components to achieving a sustainably healthier body and mind. What you do for the rest of the day matters just as much. Keep moving your body in as many ways as you can, even if you are not breaking a sweat. Story 32. If you come across a task or chore that takes 2 to 3 minutes to complete, do it immediately without thinking. Story 33. Instead of untwisting pairs of Cat6 cables with my fingers, I use my drill. It speeds up the process significantly, and my fingers don't hurt at the end. I have a lot of cables to work with. Story 34. Undo one end of a box of soda cans. Turn it around and open the other end. Push all the cans into the fridge standing upright and pull the box out with your other hand. Story 35. You can remove wrinkles from clothes by placing a wet washcloth in the dryer with them on medium heat for about 20 minutes. Dryer sheets can be used to deter mice from furniture and cushions, which is effective in cabins, vacation homes, or basements. I recently came across a method where placing frozen meat between 2 frying pans helps defrost it quickly. I have not tried this yet, but it seems to work. Story 36. If you walk into a busy restaurant, look around and see how many people are still waiting for their food. If it is a lot, the kitchen is backed up and you will be there a while. Story 37. To remove permanent marker from a surface, first go over it with a dry erase marker. I don't understand why this method works, but it has saved me a lot at work on several occasions. Story 38. Put a glass of water in the microwave when reheating pizza. Keeps the crust from getting rubbery. You're welcome. Story 39. Lately, I have been reminding myself that if someone like Jared Genesis can be as confident as he is, then I can believe in myself because I am much better than him. Story 40. I always keep a spare key hidden in a magnetic box under my car, so I never get locked out, no matter where I am. Story 41. Dumpsters can contain a lot of items you can sell, gift to family or friends, or donate to those in need. This can save or make you a significant amount of money. There is an astonishing amount of new or slightly used items that stores discard, which ultimately ends up in landfills. It is shocking to see the extent of waste occurring. I have acquired more items for free than I would have ever considered purchasing because I am quite frugal. At times, I find so much that I have to leave some behind because it is impractical to take everything. Story 42. If you need to lie, make it a boring one, full of technicalities and bland details. I was asked to bring my sister's birthday cake in secret, but she saw me sneaking out. When she asked me about it, I gave a mundane story about someone calling me to pick up some mail for our father. However, when we arrived, we discovered that someone had dialed the wrong number. And then she left before I finished speaking. Story 43. If you're looking for something and you find it, place it in the first location you searched. This is where your brain believes it should go. Story 44. To be honest, look at yourself as if you were a stranger and consider how you would judge them. Practically, this is mostly me expressing frustration at myself for being disabled. Story 45. Discussing the budget with my partner 2 to 3 times a month helps us stay on track with our long-term and short-term goals. It keeps us on the same page regarding the primary reason couples face challenges. We hold each other accountable for our daily spending, and when we achieve financial goals, it creates a proud moment for both of us. It's truly reassuring to know you are working together with your partner. Story 46. When someone hiccups, bet them $10 or any amount that they won't do it again. They won't. I don't know why it works, but it does. Story 47. I occasionally find myself caught in small, irrelevant lies, which makes people think I am bad at lying. This way, if I need to keep an actual secret, I can fully neglect it and people won't question me. Story 48. Buy a gift card to your local grocery store with every paycheck. In December, I don't have to worry about groceries and can use that money for gifts. Story 49. When you have hiccups and water nearby, drape your arms over your head while taking a few big gulps of water, and keep your arms there for a moment. This method has a high success rate. I learned it from my grandma in Taiwan. The original method was a bit more complicated, but this is my modified version that I can do discreetly in public without drawing attention. Story 50. When meeting someone for the first time, be more interested in talking about them than in talking about yourself. Ask open-ended questions and then follow up on what they say. You will be regarded as a superb conversationalist. Story 51. When you want to hang something on the wall, such as a picture, put a small dab of toothpaste on the item where the nail will sit. Line up the item where you want it on the wall, leaving a tiny gap where the toothpaste is. When it is positioned correctly, press the item all the way against the wall. This will leave a small mark from the toothpaste on the wall, indicating exactly where to drive the nail. It works remarkably well. There is no need for measuring multiple attempts or time-consuming methods. I have used this technique for years, and it is more effective than any other method. I find that estimating in this way is better than measuring, as rooms are rarely perfectly proportioned. Therefore, even if you measure precisely, it may not look quite right. Story 52. Don't stress about anything. Don't get angry. There is no point whatsoever. One day we will all be gone. So let's live happy, love-filled lives. Story 53. If you have writer's block when working on an essay, try starting with the easier parts first or free writing your ideas without actually trying to write an essay. I find this helps me get into the flow, making it much easier to start writing. Story 54. Baking dishes and casseroles with baked-on food can be cleaned by filling them with hot water and adding dish soap. Place a dryer sheet in the water while soaking. Everything comes out easily the next day, using the sheet to remove the baked-on food. Previously, soaking would take days. Story 55. Add items to the grocery shopping list. While cooking and running out of things for the kids' lunch, I can reference my grocery list at any time while in the store instead of trying to remember what I need. Story 56. Use the tag side of the bath towel to dry the bottom half of your body. That way, you won't need to dry your face with your hands. Story 57. After months of tension headaches and getting them fixed by a physiotherapist, I can feel them coming on now. If I stretch my neck just right, it takes them away before they start. I know this isn't for everyone, but it works for me and hopefully for others. Story 58. When making hard-boiled eggs, lightly crack them before placing them in boiling water. You want to see the membrane of the egg, but it should not be leaking. When it's time to peel them, place the eggs in a bowl, cover them with water, and vigorously swirl the bowl with a lid on it. The shells will come off easily. Story 59. Don't scrub your body every day. Sometimes water is enough. However, you should still wash your butt, armpits, and feet. When ordering food online, examine the pictures in the reviews. Pay attention to how cooked the meat items are and whether the vegetables are soggy. Instead of ordering what you want, choose what is recommended at that restaurant. It's a reliable approach. Ask for the names of service staff and compliment them if they are helpful. Story 60. This is my life hacks. Maybe they will help someone. You are what you eat. Take care of your body and health from the very beginning. Stretch, eat a lot of vegetables, greens, fruits, and good meat. You want to be healthy at your retirement, believe me. If you have a big dream or goal, break it into small steps and celebrate each small win, step by step. You can cook whole potatoes in the microwave. I learned that just this year, and it changed my life. If you are abroad, never exchange a lot of money at the airport. Change just enough for one day, taxi ride, food, water, until you find a better exchange rate. Before traveling, learn how to say 3 things in a foreign language. Hello, thank you, and where is? Those phrases can save your life or help you find your hotel in an unknown city. If you are in an exotic country, always eat where a lot of locals are dining, not tourists. When traveling, keep your important belongings, documents, cash, cards, jewelry, close to your body, for example, in a waist bag, not in a purse or backpack. Losing cards and a passport in a foreign country would be a catastrophe. Never leave your drink unattended in a club or bar if you are going to the restroom, especially abroad. I use an app for my budget. At the end of the month, I can see where my money goes and decide if I can cut some expenses to save more. I cook more at home to save money for bigger goals. Restaurants and takeout consume 20 to 30% of a budget. Even one coffee to go per day for $5 will cost $150 every month. That amount could cover my car insurance. So, I only order takeout when I'm very tired of cooking or want to reward myself for something good I've done. It requires discipline and becomes a habit. Always remember, you are good enough, you are smart enough, you are brave, and you can do it. Story 61. Create 2 to 3 compelling stories or jokes. When meeting new people, find a way to incorporate them into the initial conversations. Then sit back, listen, and ask questions. Story 62. Required to attend a basic first aid course at work? Volunteer right away to get it done. The sooner it's over, the better. Story 63. I have a guidance oracle deck on almost every topic, such as self-love. When I don't know which way to go, it helps me connect with my intuition, allowing me to find a path or providing direct advice. It works in nearly every situation where I feel stuck or want to improve my life. Story 64. Never check bags on an airplane. If you cannot fit everything in your carry-on, consider shipping your luggage to your destination. Additionally, use PreCheck. It is free if you have a transportation worker identification credential. Just enter your credential number as your known traveler number when booking your tickets. Story 65. Assume positive intent. You may be proven incorrect, but starting with positive intent will ultimately give you the upper hand in almost every situation. It places you in a position of power. Story 66. Not life-changing, but when I get up from sitting in a public place, like a restaurant, park bench, or picnic spot, I look back to ensure I haven't left anything behind. When you're getting up and collecting several items at once, it's easy to overlook something or for an item to slip out of a pocket, such as a phone, wallet, glasses, or keys. However, when you look back at the empty area, you'll notice it. Story 67. Use your hands like squeegees on your body before using a towel to dry off. You will dry faster, and your towel will be cleaner if you reuse it before washing. Story 68. I saw this on Reddit a few years ago, and it has really helped. When there is something you do not like to do, see if you can break it down into smaller steps and then identify which step you truly dislike. Make that one step easier, and the whole process will seem more manageable. I thought I hated cooking, but when I really broke it down, I realized I disliked slicing and dicing. So I got a food chopper and I find it somewhat fun now. I try many more recipes like soups because I do not mind the preparation anymore. Story 69. Accepting reality as it is, regardless of feelings about it, is the best place to start figuring out how to navigate life in a meaningful and fulfilling way. Story 70. Reality is not a big deal. Story 71. If you are flexible about which days you can work from home, you might drive to work and encounter heavy traffic frequently. Consider driving to work the day after a particularly terrible day of traffic, as many people will stay home the following day. Story 72. If you are confident in your assertion, you can get away with almost anything. I received free tickets last night to a concert because I messaged the organizer stating I was told to pick up my tickets from them. Seek forgiveness, not permission. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.